I don't know what to say right now except that this is awesome. Cheers, everybody. I wish you were here.
Everywhere I look here, somebody's got a t-shirt on from another brewery. This is like Bev Tour Central.
Yes. All right, so welcome back to the Happy Hour, guys. Welcome to Bridgewater Corners, Vermont.
That's correct.
Bridgewater Corners, Vermont. We are very excited to be here at Long Trail Brewing today with the Brewmaster. This is Dave Hartman. Thank you so much for being on the Happy Hour, guys.
Thanks. Good to see you, Joe.
Yeah. And this is one of the prettiest places we've ever seen.
Yes, it is.
To have a brewery.
Yeah, it's a good place to drink a beer.
Oh my God.
On a day like today.
Kind of a perfect segue for something we're interested in, which is
Couple of beers?
That too. We're always interested in that.
So we just want to say that it's really great when your bartender is the brewmaster. God, we love being Happy Hour, guys. And Long Trail has a very strong lineup of beers. We tasted their Long Trail Ale, their IPA, their double IPA, which was terrific, especially when your feet are in a river. Also their Blackberry Wheat, which is wonderful in the summer, and their Double Bag Ale, which is a dark amber and a real meal unto itself. But one of the things that we really, really loved about Long Trail, well, we'll just show you.
Clearly you value where you are, and that's reflected in the way that Long Trail does business, because you guys are seriously eco-friendly. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, about Echo Brew.
Sure. The company has been, they made a commitment 4 or 5 years ago, I guess, to really kind of get this eco brew. The basic idea of it is we're going to try and cut down on the resources that we're using. Try and make it a more sustainable approach to brewing. Brewing has always been very resource focused.
Intensive,
So for instance, like water usage, typically in the past it's been 10 gallons of water for each gallon of beer. Wow. That's produced. We've actually reduced it to 2.5 or so, approximately. All the water for this facility comes out of the ground. In fact, the well is right over there. Okay. So it's 2.5 gallons of water come out of the ground for each gallon of beer that goes out the door, and that other 1.5 gallons is treated, becomes wastewater, and it's treated and released.
Wow.
And so we have to take pretty much everything out of it. It's just, it's pretty much water at that point.
What is Cow Power? Gotta know what Cow Power is.
No, Cow Power is it's a program run by CVPS where they take manure from cows and they digest it into methane, which is something you can burn, and they generate enough electricity with it. So we buy electricity from them. It's a little bit more expensive, so that we just to support that.
One other thing that deserves to be said about Long Trail is that they have a full menu there, and we had quite the amazing meal. Oh, and speaking of eating,
we use about 4 or 5 million pounds of grain a year. A lot of that goes
to farmers, right?
Right, goes out to farmers, and it's spent grains, and it gets used for feed. It's fantastic feed, which becomes manure, and then that can be turned into electricity. So it's kind of closing the circle
of beer.
And it's great because it helps you. I mean, it supports clearly your philosophy on how to treat the planet and how to be responsible neighbors, but it helps the local farmers too.
Oh yeah.
Now how nice of a circle is that? Spent grain, cows, power, beer. They're doing it right at Long Trail.
Support great beer, support responsible environmental practices.
You just said responsible environmental practices.
I know.
These guys are brewing in ways that everyone should follow. Much more environmentally friendly. Really, really cool stuff. They have very cool people here at Long Trail Brewing.
And the next time you order a Long Trail, remember this. This is where it came from. This is what they're working to help preserve. And this is what you're supporting every time you drink one of their very, very fine beers.
And if you're really lucky at some point and you make yourself just a little bit of a drive, you can come up here to Bridgewater Corners, get yourself a beer in plastic. Yes, because we're taking care of the environment. Walk out here in the river and drink yourself happy.
I like that.
The SS fermentation. Tell us
the
the story.
SS fermentation, I'll tell you guys all about it. The story is we have a moose head hanging in the visitor center. What happened was there was a couple guys that were coming down the canoe, and they were coming right down the river here. Just past the tiki bar here, there's a place where the river comes out, right? There was a baby moose on the river bank.
Oh no.
And they got a little too close.
Oh no, baby moose!
And so the moose came out of the woods, charged the canoe. The guys jumped out of the canoe, and as they jumped out of the canoe kicked up and got caught on the moose's antlers. So the moose is out there thrashing with the canoe on the antlers. One of our guys was out back having a cigarette break, and he saw the whole thing go down. Yeah. And he ran to his car, got his gun.
Oh my God.
So that's how we got the canoe and the moose.
Garrett Mead, master of the visitor center and master of the tall tale. Thank you, Garrett.
Nice.